Did you know that Indian classical music is one of the oldest musical traditions in the world? With roots going back to over 3000 years. Its earliest reference is found in the Vedas, where hymns were sung, not spoken, because sound was seen as the purest way to connect with the divine. At the heart of this ancient tradition lied a profound philosophy, the Naad Brahma, meaning the sound is God. The idea is simple yet extraordinary. The universe itself is made of vibration. Every movement, every object, every being resonates with sound. What we call music is just a way of, aligning ourselves with that musical vibration. Over time, this music became more ritual. By the second century BCE, texts like, Natya Shastra by Bharat, they described music, drama, and dance as a way to reflect life and emotions. In the medieval period, royal courts under the Mughals and the Rajput, they redefined the classical forms from Dhrupad to Khayal, while Sufi mystics also sang qawwalis, and that blended devotion with poetry. Now, here is a fun fact. Even some modern scientists seem to echo this idea. Physicists today talk about this string theory, the idea that at the tiniest level, the universe is made up of vibrating strings of energy. Thousands of years ago, Indian sages were already saying these things, right? In the poetic form, Naad is the origin of creation. In fact, the sacred syllable in the Hindu scriptures, Om, is believed to be the very first sound of universe, the primordial vibration, you can say. In modern India, classical music never lost its relevance. In the 20th century, legends like M.S. Subbulakshmi Sahab, Ravi Shankar, Bhimsen Joshi, Zakir Hussain, and many, they all carried it to the world stage. And today in 2025, you can find a rag being performed not only in temples and concert halls, but also in the fusion bands, in London, in New York, therapy sessions, yoga studios, on global streaming platforms. Very few know that the oldest surviving form is Dhrupad, still performed today, much like it was centuries ago. Some rag are said to influence the nature itself, like Rag Deepak. There are claims that it can light lamps, or Rag Malhar, it can bring rain. So classical music is deeply scientific. Sometimes the way the rag and the tal are structured can even be mapped to the mathematics and the acoustics. Unlike Western compositions, many Indian performances are improvised, meaning no two renditions of the same rag are ever identical. So when we talk about Indian classical music, we are not just speaking of notes and rhythms. We are speaking of a living tradition, born in Vedas, born in the cultural history of India, born in the heritage of this entire Indian subcontinent, born in Farsi, born in Urdu, born in Hindi, born in Sanskrit, born in Pali, anything, the combined heritage of India. And it nurtured into the sabhas, into the rajmahals, into the courts, into the gharanas of kings, saints, and it's still alive today in the voices and instruments of the maestros. This is the soul of Indian music, eternal, evolving, and transformative. What follows is a little more scratching of the topic.
Namaste, Adab, Salam. To everyone, this is Anwar Jamal Faiz, joining you in your journey into Indian classical music. Welcome to the very first chapter of our journey into Indian classical music. Today, we talk about its soul, where it comes from, what it means, and why it still resonates so deeply with us. The roots of Indian classical music go back thousands of years into the sacred texts of the Vedas. In the Samved, hymns were not just recited, they were sung because music was considered the purest way to connect with the divine. Later, the Natya Shastra by Bharat, often called the fifth Veda, codified music, dance, and drama as pathways to truth and beauty. As centuries passed, music absorbed influences from Sufi mystics who arrived in the Indian subcontinent. Their qawwali and spiritual songs blended seamlessly with local traditions, creating a culture where devotion, philosophy, and artistry merged into one. At the heart of this tradition lies a powerful philosophy, Naad Brahma. Naad means sound, Brahma means the ultimate reality. Put together, it means sound is God. In other words, the vibrations of the universe are not just physical, they are spiritual. To sing, to play, or even to deeply listen is to touch that divine vibration. Indian classical music is not entertainment alone, it's meditation, it's yoga through sound. But how does this philosophy come alive in practice? Through two powerful concepts, rag and tal. A rag is not just a scale or a set of notes, it's a personality. It has rules, moods, and even times of day when it is best performed. Imagine Rag Bhairavi at dawn or Rag Darbari at midnight. Each evokes a specific emotion. Tal, on the other hand, is rhythm, the heartbeat of the music. Whether it's the steady teen tal of 16 beats in Hindustani or the complex Adi tal of Carnatic, rhythm provides the structure upon which melody dances. Over time, Indian classical music evolved into two main streams, Hindustani in the north and Carnatic in the south. Hindustani music, shaped by centuries of Persian and Mughal influence, emphasizes improvisation, long unfolding rag, and instruments like the sitar and tabla. Carnatic music, on the other hand, is more composition-driven, with intricate rhythmic patterns and devotional lyrics, often sung with the mridangam and veena. Different in form, yes, but at their core, both traditions seek the same goal, union with the divine through sound. So when we listen to Indian classical music, we're not just hearing notes. We're hearing echoes of the Vedas, the wisdom of the Natya Shastra, the devotion of Sufi saints, the philosophy of Naad Brahma, and the living dialogue between rag and tal. This is why it is called the soul of Indian music, because it transcends entertainment and takes us closer to truth itself. In the next chapter, we will explore the fascinating world of rag, the language of emotions in Indian music.